So my name is Kristopher. I live in Walton-on-Thames. About, nearly 2.5 years ago, I decided, I want to get on the property ladder. So, like many people do in my situation, being a first-time buyer, I moved back home, decided to save up some money for a deposit and then start looking for a property. First thing I needed towards that was a mortgage. Now, a colleague of mine at work suggested working with Oakwood because they had received an excellent service from them, and that's where it all started. So when I picked up the phone, I was recommended specifically to speak to Stuart. And from that first point, I felt that it was very much a consultative, engaged approach in that I was asked the basic details, given a very simple form to fill in, and then off Stuart went based on the responses I gave and found an appropriate mortgage that was right for me and my needs. In terms of actually going for a mortgage, I knew that it wasn't going to be straightforward. There's a lot of considerations and things to take into account. And having looked online in the market, I thought, well, I'd rather actually go to someone who can work with me and take this problem away and do that work. If you look at the mortgage market as a whole, there are so many vendors out there, different offers, different structures, and you look at it and think, well, I could spend a lot of time going to each one, or I could go to one resource that could take that problem away. So the great thing about working with Oakwood is once I'd submitted all the basic details, they went into the market and found the right deal for me. And for someone who's actually busy in my professional career, I simply didn't have time to go out and do the searching and do all the analysis and work out what was best. They took that problem away from me. One thing I think that stood out about Oakwood was managing expectations. In terms of emails were very clear and precise. They explained what I needed to do. They explained the pros, the cons, the various options. And for me, that made my life easier. I didn't have to do all the chasing. I didn't have to query. The communication was very clear and concise. If I rang them, they always got back to me. If I had a particular query on email, I'd ping something out, get a response rather rapidly. It was just a great way to work with them. I simply can't thank Oakwood enough. I mean, if it wasn't for Oakwood, I wouldn't be here today in my own property. I'm really grateful for the work that they did. They took the pain away of going through the mortgage process. They got the right deal for me, and I was really, really happy. So now, having gone through this process and actually got my mortgage, moved in, people have actually asked me, well, how did you do it? Who did you speak to? And I said, look, guys, if you want a solution to your mortgage needs, go and have a chat with Oakwood. You know, they take the problem away. You just need to give them the basic details and they'll get you the right deal. So when it comes to mortgage advice, I've got absolutely no hesitation to recommend the team at Oakwood.